Okay, now I'm going to show you how I paint in the picture framing. I just get probably the same amount of the black bean on the brush that I did when I put the second coat on the panels, because you don't want to make this too dark. You just want to make it a little bit darker so that it looks pretty sharp. And I start in the corner, work from one side to the other, kind of feather that stroke out in the middle so you don't get any start and stop marks. But that 45-degree angle there, I just want to make that wet, so I'll make the brush go at a 45-degree angle to get that wet at first, but then I'll bring the tip of the brush back to that area so that I get a straight vertical line there and a horizontal line on the horizontal space. Because I don't want to see any 45-degree angle brush strokes on there. But in order to get that area wet properly, you first have to make that first stroke along that 45-degree angle, a 45-degree angle stroke, but then when it's wet, you can go back, put the tip of your brush there, and move it back and make a nice straight grain line. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit detail on the next panel. This one here is just kind of a far away shot showing you how I get that. My own personal preference is to use a picture frame where applicable, and that's if that beveled area is only about 1.5 inches wide. Sometimes the first beveled part that I'm working on there is 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches, and then the second part is the same, and so the actual beveled area both sides will be about 3 inches, and it's just too wide. It doesn't look good to me because it's too big of an area to paint darker. It only looks good when you have it where the one beveled area is big and the other one's only about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to zoom in here on the corner just to show you in detail how I handle that 45-degree angle. One thing about zooming in here is you can see how crisp those lines are when you tape off. It looks really good. It looks like you just took a piece of wood and cut it with a saw. Okay, so here I go. I go across at a 45-degree angle with the tip of the brush just to get it wet, then come back, just hit a little bit just to make that grain go vertical there. And that's what you want to do. And then you want to start and do the same thing at the top corner and then go the full length. Just get a nice little grain in there, a little darkening. And then I'll do the same thing going the other way. Just put a little paint on the brush there. Go up a little bit on a 45, go back, and then just take that brush, smooth that back straight so that I don't get any 45-degree angles there. I just, on the horizontal piece I'm working on now, I just want a horizontal grain. I don't want to see any 45s even in the corner. So that's how you work that. And then you just go all the way around doing the same thing. Back it out a little bit to finish this. You can already see on the panel on the left how much better that looks, just making it a little bit darker. And like I say, you don't want to get it too dark because you don't want it to be this really dark band that goes around there, but you just want another little pass of dark there. Typically I'll wait till the entire end of the job before I picture frame. And it does add time. It adds 2-3 hours onto a job, but I think it's worth it. I think it just really looks sharp. Sometimes a client doesn't want to do that, so I won't do it. But I always suggest it, show them a picture of what it can look like. And then when this is all done, the final, absolute final step is to put the sealer on, which we'll go over.